It was an unforgiving battle to survive against insurmountable odds. But don't worry, Jake Tapper survived the interview. Kellyanne Conway went on CNN to defend Trump's Charlottesville comments and dodged a bunch of liberal gotcha questions like, did the president mean what he said? They sparred, hounded, fired back, confronted, and repeatedly nailed. Let's just get it over with and promote these interviews as boxing matches.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bruise on cable news, the threat on the comfortable set, the nightmare on swivel chairs.
President said his fine people on both sides comment was perfect, though I think the whole blurring of the moral equivalency of half the population thing might just be a tie-in to Avengers Endgame. Wow, 2 years later, we're still talking about neo-Nazis. Turns out news will not replace us. We don't need Rosenstein's resignation letter. Just ask AG Barr to summarize everything it doesn't say. Rod Rosenstein is stepping down, leaving a poignant resignation letter pretty well written considering for the last 6 weeks, he looks like he's been chained to a radiator in a DOJ basement. Help me. Let's take a look at it. He thanked the president for his courtesy and humor. Well, he tweeted a picture of you behind bars, so incorrect. Cites the president's goal for unity. Sorry, white nationalism is up, but he did say fine people on both sides, so partial credit. Justice Department defined by integrity? They just called the FBI scum, so check your sources. Though good job quoting Thomas Paine about undergoing the fatigues of freedom. Since it has a nice double entendre the president won't pick up on. Extra credit. Well, I'll pass you, Rod, just barely, if you tutor one of our slower kids after class. Okay, you think Barr's letter caused public confusion? Dude, we gave up on logic when Trump won Pennsylvania. Special counsel Robert Mueller sent a letter to William Barr complaining about the AG's summary of his report, which turns out is the reason for the second letter, responding to the letter, responding to the letter, responding to the report, and oh God, we're in Dr. Seuss country. After learning Mueller was dissatisfied, Barr testified that he didn't know anyone on the Mueller team was upset, which might be obstruction of justice. If you want to look into it, I know a guy. Though this is an unprecedented act of defiance for an employee towards his boss, unless like me you watched professional wrestling in the late 90s, in which case you wonder why they just don't settle it in a cage. And if you think it's crazy to associate wrestling with politics, take it up with this guy. As for Barr, he'll go through a gauntlet of questions from Congress this week, and my prediction, total exoneration from his job. Well, he huffed and puffed and blew the House Democrats' deadline. William Barr testified to the Senate. If by testify you mean sitting in a chair with a look on your face like you got dragged to your friend's Improv 101 graduation show. Do you swear to summarize the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? He called the special counsel snitty, which is a terrible precedent, but on the upside, we all learned the word snitty. Lindsey Graham used his time to defend the president against partisan attacks in 2016 from Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, though we should check Twitter for some harsh tweets from certain senators as well. Barr admitted he concluded there was no obstruction without actually reading Mueller's underlying evidence. Dude, context isn't gone just because you stop reading. If it did, you could say Herman Melville wrote a great book about 90s techno. Barr says he won't meet with the House, though to put it another way, he's recusing himself from further investigation. Why shouldn't I skip school, Mom? Chief lawyer for the United States does it all the time. Well, the Attorney General did in fact avoid his House hearing. Boy, it'd be chaos if everyone no-showed a job because they didn't like the format, right, Sarah Sanders? We see you back there. The White House complained to the Attorney General that Mueller's team was playing politics. Well, isn't that the pot calling the kettle to say there's no apartment vacancies because they're black? Mueller's playing politics? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of Kellyanne Conway violating the Hatch Act, the AG refusing to answer questions, the president refusing to let former staffers answer questions, and giving senators mean nicknames. I hate to get inception-y, but saying they're playing politics is playing politics more than the people you think are playing politics. Cool? Cool.